Assalamualaikum dear viewers, Shoaib Ahmed is here with a new lecture of the transformer, and today's lecture is the ideal condition of a transformer. Already we have discussed in the previous lectures what is a transformer. Transformer is an electrical machine, a static electrical machine which is used to raise or lower the amount of the voltage corresponding with the increase or decrease in the currents at the constant power and the constant frequency. Now in today's lecture we are going to take the example of the ideal transformer, that how the ideal transformer works. So what is the ideal transformer? Before going to discuss this circuit diagram of the ideal transformer, the ideal transformer is one that has no winding resistance, no leakage flux, means the same flux links the both windings, and third is that no iron losses. The iron losses in the electrical machine is the sum of the eddy current loss plus hysteresis loss. So no leakage flux means there will be a complete magnetically linkage from the primary flux to the secondary flux. Means if you can see the diagram, that this if we are apply this your primary voltage to the primary winding of the transformer, then EMF E1 is induced. So according to the mutual induction process, the primary flux links the secondary flux, means in the EMF will be induced on the secondary side, so it will be like 100% linkage. So because of the no leakage flux, means the leakage flux is that there is some amount of the flux that cannot be linked from one winding to another winding, or from the primary winding and to the secondary winding. Some leakage flux has been you can observe when in the case of the practical transformer. But when we are talking about the ideal transformer, there will be no leakage flux. Your primary flux 100%ly it can be magnetically coupled with the secondary winding, and in the secondary winding, according to the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, EMF is induced in the coil, okay, whenever a change is flux in the primary winding. Okay, now let's see, to take an example or the case of the ideal transformer when it is connected with the no load condition. Okay, now as you can see the diagram, if I can elaborate this diagram, this is the core of the transformer, okay, this is the primary winding, this is the secondary winding. The primary winding is connected with the AC supply, okay, and secondary winding is open circuited, because this is the no load condition. Your secondary winding is kept open circuited. N1 are the number of the turns on the primary side, N2 are the number of the turns on the secondary side. E1 which is produced in the primary winding of the transformer, E2 which is produced in the secondary winding of the transformer. And here in the case of the ideal transformer, here E2 is equal to V2, because if there is no any kind of the load is connected, so that what happened, your induced EMF cannot be the reduced one. E2 will be equal to that V2 in the ideal transformer case when it is connected with the no load conditions. Okay, so let's discuss the ideal transformer working at the no load condition. Consider an ideal transformer at no load, okay, secondary is kept open circuited as shown in figure, as you can see. Under such conditions, the primary is a simple coil of the pure inductance. Pure inductance means like XL over here, 2 pi FL, okay. A pure inductance means we are just considering like your means XL inductive reactance, and resistance is negligible over here, okay. When an alternating voltage is applied to the primary winding, V1 is applied to the primary winding of the ideal transformer, what happened? It draws a small amount of the magnetizing current. It draws a small amount of the current from the primary side, from the source side, from the supply side, that current is used to magnetize the core of the transformer. When primary winding is connected with the supply voltage, so primary winding draws the small amount of the current which is used to magnetize the core of the transformer. The main flux is to be established in the transformer. So this type of the current, which is called as the no load current, and sometimes it is called as the magnetization current, to magnetize the core of the transformer. Okay. Now, which lags behind the applied voltage at the angle of the 90 degree. Already our core is made up of your inductive circuit. So in the inductive circuits, as you can see from the board, the current and the voltage. Your voltage leads the current at an angle of somehow 90 degree. So it is the property of the inductive circuits, because here the core is inductive in nature. Okay. Alternating current IM produces an alternating flux, main flux, in the core of the transformer, which is proportional and to in phase to that your magnetization current. Means your primary is draw the supply current, your supply current from the main supply. The EMF is induced in the primary winding. The core is to be magnetized, because due to the magnetization, small amount of the magnetization current has been established in the core. That magnetization current, that magnetic flux which is produced due to the magnetization current which is produced in the core when supply voltage is to be connected with the primary winding of the transformer, this magnetization current has the in phase relationship with the main flux of the transformer. Okay. The alternating flux, this main flux links the both windings and induces EMF E1 in the primary winding and induced EMF E2 is in the secondary winding. When this core has been magnetized, the magnetic flux has been produced in the windings in the core of the transformer, then obviously the E1 is produced in the primary winding of the transformer and E2 will produce in the secondary winding of the transformer according to the mutual induction process. The primary winding of the supply is connected with the supply voltage and EMF is induced on the secondary side, and already the secondary side is kept open circuited. There is no any load which is connected on the secondary side of the transformer, ideal transformer. Okay. Primary EMF E1 is at every instant equal to the in opposition to that V1. You are supply, you are going to connect the primary winding with the supply voltage, which is the V1. So according to the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction or self-induction, the E1 is produced. E1 is produced in the primary winding of the transformer. That E1 has in phase and equal but opposite in direction with the V1 applied voltage according to the Lenz's law. Here E1 which is produced in the primary winding of the transformer is because of the applying voltage on the primary side of winding of the transformer. So here the E1 is the induced EMF in the primary winding, and what is the cause which produced the EMF E1? V1. So here E1 is in opposition to that V1 according to the Lenz's law. Okay. Both EMF and E2 which is produced in the secondary winding because of the mutual induction process. Both EMFs E1 and E2 lag behind the main flux, because the main flux is the your main flux is the establishment of that EMF in the causes the establishment of that E1 EMF in the primary winding and E2 EMF in the secondary winding, and that your lag behind both EMFs lag behind your maximum main flux of the transformer. So however, their magnitudes depends upon the number of the turns on the primary side and the secondary side of the transformer. Now let's discuss this phasor diagram of the ideal transformer when it is connected with the no load condition. So this is the V1 and this is the main flux. This main flux phi m is produced due to the Im. So here Im is in phase with the phi m. Okay, and there that V1, because of the V1 here E1 is produced. It is equal but opposite in direction, 180 degree out of phase of that V1. Okay, E1 is equal but 180 degree out of phase of that V1, opposite in direction of that V1. And what about the V2? Because secondary of the transformer, ideal transformer, is left open circuited, kept open circuited. Here V2 is equal to the E2. V2 is equal to the E2 because E2 will be which is produced due to the magnetization flux, main flux of the transformer. Then EMF E1 is produced in the primary winding and E2 will be produced in the secondary winding of the transformer. It is due to the main flux which is produced in the core of the transformer. So here V2 is equal to the E2 because here no any load is which is connected with the transformer secondary side. Okay, and both these values of the EMF E1 and E2 is left behind this main flux phi at the angle of the 90 degree. So this is the phasor diagram. Okay, and this is that phasor diagram shows the ideal transformer at the no load. Since flux is common to the both windings, it has been taken as a reference phasor. We have taken the flux as a reference phasor. Okay, primary EMF E1 and primary and secondary EMF E2 lag behind the flux at the angle of the 90 degree, as you can see from the phasor diagram. E1 and E2 both are the lag behind that your phi value. Okay, note E1 and E2 are in phase, and where E1 and the V1 is 180 degree out of phase with it. So this was the operation of the ideal transformer when it is connected with the no load. What is the ideal transformer? It has no any leakage flux. Only all the magnetic flux will link the both primary and the secondary winding 100%, so that there will be no any leakage flux. Only the linkage flux is to be observed in the ideal case of the transformer. No any winding resistance. No any losses can be produced in the ideal case of the transformer. Eddy current loss and hysteresis loss are the iron losses. Okay, and what about that? Again, this is the ideal transformer. The primary winding of the primary winding of the ideal transformer is connected with the supply side, so that your magnetization current which is drawn from the main supply is used to magnetize the core of the transformer, and that magnetization will cause the main flux which is to be established in the transformer. And according to the Lenz's law, the V1 we are applying to that primary winding of the transformer, and E1 is produced. This E1 is totally in opposition to that V1 according to the Lenz's law. Here E1 which is produced is because of the cause which is the V1. So here according to the mutual induction process, E2 will produce in the secondary winding of the transformer, and here E2 coil is to be which is produced in the secondary winding of the transformer is equal to the V2, because here E2 is equal to the V2 because no any load which is connected with the transformer ideal case, so that there will be no any volt drop or no any induced EMF drop will be observed in the case of the ideal transformer. So this was the whole operation of the ideal transformer when it is connected with the no load. I hope that you understand the today's lecture, and at the last, please don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel Shoaib Ahmed for more informative videos related to the electrical engineering area. Thank you.